Okay, so this may be a spoiler review because there is a lot to talk about in this movie, so let's get into it. So Wicked is of course split into two parts. So this is of course part one of Wicked. The other part is out next year, the 21st of November 2025. So here is part one of Wicked. Now note to self, I have never seen a stage musical of this film before, bear in mind, so let's get into the review anyway. So of course this movie of course stars a star-studded cast. You got Ariana Grande, Cynthia Del Rio, Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Yeoh, Boad Yang, Marissa Bod, Ethan Slater. Oh yeah, Ethan Slater's in this. Jonathan Bailey's in this, and of course it's got a voice talent of Peter Dinklage, who's the voice of a goat. So let's begin. So the movie, of course, is total flashbacks by Glinda, played by Ariana Grande, and she, of course, tells the people of Oz her story of how her and Elphaba came to be. And we see that Elphaba's mother gave birth to her by this green elixir. That's why she has the green skin, by the way. And her mother, of course, had an affair with another guy behind her husband's back. So she was a mistress to another guy. We don't know who it is though, but if you've seen the musical, you know who it is. And I was kind of gobsmacked as to who Elphaba's actual father is. So of course, her second sister, because Elphaba's a second sister, she is of course a wheelchair bound user because her Elphaba's mother took like some munchkin flowers, and of course it caused her to give birth to. I think her name is Nessa. I'm gonna say Nessa. If I'm saying her name wrong, I apologise. I'm gonna call her Nessa. So of course Nessa, of course, ends up being born prematurely with short legs because she was born with short legs, and that's why she's bound in a wheelchair. And of course, Elphaba's mother died while giving birth to Nessa. And so Elphaba, of course, decides to go to Shiz with her sister, and she, of course, didn't want to enroll at all. But of course, this is witch, I'm going to say, called Madame Mobile, played by Michelle Yeoh, who of course is fascinated by Elphaba due to the colour of her skin and due to her having superhuman powers, because whenever she gets very excited or agitated or angry, her powers would she literally, like, you know, oh lord, you know that thing that Matilda has, that kind of telekinetic thing? She does like telekinetic stuff. And of course Madame Mobile is fascinated, like I said, with Elphaba. So meanwhile, Elphaba is friends with Glinda Upland, which was Glinda's name before she changed to Glinda, because everyone used to say her name wrong, including the goat professor voiced by Peter Dinklage. And of course, some strange things start happening in Shiz, and of course, Elphaba has to wonder whether it's her fault or someone else is up to no good. So yeah, will Elphaba make friends in Shiz? Well, you have to find out yourself. What do you think of this movie? Yeah, let me tell you, this movie was absolutely brilliant from start to finish. I kid you not, right? I am 33 years of age, right? There was a ton of kids in the screen I was at. I literally cried twice watching this film, twice. In two scenes, like, one scene was near this, it was kind of in the middle of the movie where Elphaba was going to this dance, and of course everyone was mocking her and they're all laughing at her, and of course Glinda decided to do the whole weird dance with Elphaba, and of course Elphaba was in tears of this. I know there was a song, I'm Not That Girl, where Elphaba had feelings for a prince, Pharaoh, played by Jonathan Bailey, and she of course is in love with him secretly, but of course he ends up liking Glinda. Which, if you saw the musical of Act 2, you know how that goes. And of course she sings that song, I'm Not That Girl, and yeah, I mean, Cynthia Elverio's voice, fucking hell, she has such a beautiful, powerful voice. I was just mesmerised by her singing voice throughout the entire thing. And also the other cast was good too. Michelle Yeoh, who, spoiler alert, is a villain in this movie, she was just, yeah, she was so good as a manipulative Madame Mobile, and I was like, holy shit, this woman is so manipulative, and she's literally using Elphaba for, you know, to make Elphaba bad. And you know, now that I'm thinking of it, I kind of feel sorry for the Wicked Witch of the West now while watching this film, Act 1, because theoretically, it wasn't really Elphba's fault that time. She was evil. She was actually made to become evil thanks to Madame Morble here. But yeah, I thought Michelle Yeoh was very good in this film, even though I was so used to seeing her in Last Christmas, Crazy Rich Asians, which of course also directed by John M. Cho as well. But yeah, she was fantastic in this movie. Even Jeff Goldblum was very good as well, even though his singing voice is a little bit weird. He goes, "Hi, chocolate dish, and yeah, again, like James Franco and also great and powerful, he's of course a con artist. But there's more to this guy, which I'm not going to spoil because I've spoiled this movie already for you. But there's more to this guy, and when I found out what the actual motivation was for this guy, I was literally gobsmacked. I was like, what in the name of God? But yeah, he was good too. He's a great actor anyway. Like, I loved him since The Fly, Earth Girls Are Easy, Jurassic Park, Cats and Dogs. No pun intended, that was a good film too. But yeah, he's a really, really good actor, and yeah, he was good. Also, the cinematography in this movie, oh my God, there's like one scene where we're like singing that song Dancing to Life, and the whole library is literally like upside down, like it's kind of like in a circle, and all the books were moving around and all the actors were like dancing and everything, and I thought it was very, very well done. The costumes are very, very good as well. But yeah, can we talk though about these two actresses? Because when I first saw this film, I was very skeptical, I'm not gonna lie, about Ariana Grande. I may have said this before in this review already, but yeah, she really surprised me in this movie. Like, she was funny, she was quirky, she was at first not likable, but then you kind of like grow to love her during the course of the movie. And Cynthia El Rio, yeah, please give this woman an Oscar. I'm begging of you, please give this movie a ton of Oscars, because I can see this movie winning Best Production Design and Best Cinematography or Best Sound. If it doesn't, I am going to be pissed off. But yeah, I thought them two were very, very good in the film. Also, the songs were very, very good as well. I did mention I'm Not That Girl, but Defying Gravity, yeah, which is the last song, by the way. Oh my God, that scene alone was just so powerful. I wanted to cry my eyes out. But yeah. Okay, so I'm sure you're wondering, is there any nitpicks to this movie? Okay, there is a few nitpicks, but there is one in particular that I have to talk about. The marketing for this movie. So, the marketing for this movie actually says Wicked, and that's it. It doesn't say Wicked Part 1, and here you are saying, okay, so this movie, which is on for 2 hours and 41 minutes, by the way. Okay, this film is going to be, been told from start to finish, and then that's it. But no, it turns out that you don't know. It turns out, that's actually Wicked Part 1, because you actually see in the opening credits Wicked Part 1. Yet in the marketing it just says Wicked, and even in the where I'm from, the IFCO, which is the Irish Film Company Board, it said Wicked as well, PG Wicked. It didn't say Wicked Part 1 at all, which was a pain in the backside. And also we have to wait a year, like a full year, until Wicked Part 2 comes out, and it's too long, it's too long of a wait to wait for Part 2 to come out, like. But yeah, also, the running time is a little bit too long, but it still passes, like, it still flies by, like, you don't even know it's on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. But I kind of wanted this movie to be told between Act 1 and Act 2, like, have Act 1, right, and then say intermission, and then say Part 2 again, then you go to Part 2, but no, it's literally done in 2 parts, because John M. Cho wanted more character development with the characters, and that's why I wanted it done in 2 parts, since the musical is done in 2 parts. Also, there's a cameo between Idina Menzel and Kirsten Chenoweth as well, which was very, very good, very, very surprising. So yeah, I know I'm rushing here. Overall, I'm giving this movie 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. I thought it was brilliant, and I will definitely pick this movie up on Blu-ray, and I can't wait to watch it again when I get it on Blu-ray again. So yeah, are you looking forward to seeing Wicked Part 1? Let me know in the comments down below, and do you think this film is going to win an Oscar? I hope to God it will, but yeah, time will tell in 2025. So that's my review of Wicked Part 1.